r/AskReddit asks. What are you just absolutely not cut out for? Mornings. I have worked day jobs for almost 30 years, including the military. I fight every day to get out of bed at a realistic time to get to work. And it doesn't matter how much sleep I get. I can get 12 hours of sleep, and when 6:30 a.m. comes around, I am not rested and don't want to get out of bed. Fortunately, I have always worked jobs that required me to have a flexible schedule, and therefore I get some flexibility in return. The only time this have been true for me was after international travel. I did a few weeks in a 12-hour different time zone. When I got there and when I got back, somehow my internal clock adjusted each way such that I was going to bed around 8 p.m. and walking up at 5 a.m. feeling perfectly rested as if I slept until noon. Somehow staying up an extra 12 hours, then going to sleep and picking up the new 24-hour schedule that was 12 hours offset fixed everything. For a few weeks anyway. Sales. More specifically, cold calls. I just can't. My level of empathy for no thanks, not interested is like 860%. Done that. Technically, I was debt collecting, not selling, but I just wasn't cut out for it. I hated doing it. In terms of performance, I was actually really good, but that's not a make cold calls proficiency so much as it was a do repetitive thing all day and memorize how to do it well kind of thing. My real shortcoming at that job was that I wasn't a good negotiator. Some of my coworkers could talk a Nazi into going trans while I'm over here like, yep, I get it, I'd ignore me too. Not getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep. People brag about getting 4 hours or whatever and feeling fine, but I just feel like shit and start making tons of mistakes working. On the plus side, I can stay up/work for long periods of time no issue assuming I did get my sleep. I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum. I feel no rest or recovery on anything less than 10 hours. During the work week, that would mean basically going to bed by 6/7 p.m. On the weekends, I'm basically comatose, 14 hours at a clip, and then wake up feeling like a human again. Singing. I'd love to have a good singing voice, but my voice is so fucking trash it's not even funny. It sucks when you genuinely enjoy it but should only ever do it alone in your car. I feel that. Sales. I have no idea how some people are able to pitch basically anything to anyone. I wouldn't be able to sell water to a thirst-dying man in a desert while some folk could sell snow to Eskimos. I've had a few jobs where I've been encouraged to upsell something, and I just can't do it. Especially as a waiter. The menu is right fucking there. They can order whatever they want without me going all used car salesman on them. Painting. I managed to somehow get paint on me before opening the can. I went to one of those group painting activities not long ago. It was out in the country and we were following instructions to paint a shed. Mine came out like crap. A third grader could do better. I trashed it the moment I got home. Zero painting skills, though it's something I'd like to be able to do. Multiplayer FPS. I just can't get my KD higher than 1.00. It's a vicious circle. 1. Don't play FPS because I don't enjoy them. 2. Get talked into joining in on one as a few friends all want to play. 3. Completely suck ass at them because I never play them, and lose all the time. 4. Decide I don't want to play anymore because I don't enjoy playing. Having a personal conversation with my parents, asking simple questions like how was your day? Or why do you look sad? Something happened? Etc. Lately I feel like my relation with both of them are very surface level, and I feel like it's too late to go deeper. I told my husband the other day that my mother feels more like a distant aunt to me sometimes. I don't know why. We see each other very often. I love her. But I can't see myself getting too personal with her. We're very different people, and not in a great way. Continuing a task for more than 15 minutes without disappearing into the alternate universe where my ad is God. For me it's more of a problem of putting off a task until the very last minute. I procrastinate way too much. I mean, I'm here, aren't I? Being under pressure. Burned my hand and almost my whole house when the oil caught on fire and my brain went, maybe I should put the burning pan in the sink and turn the water on. I know exactly what you mean. My brain just takes too long to work through what's going on. Like one time I spilled gasoline while refueling the lawnmower. Put the container down next to it and started it up, only to realize when it burst into flames that I had spilt fuel on the spark plug. Stood there watching the fire trying to figure out what to do next. Should I try to move the plastic gas container away? Should I just let it burn out? Should I just run? Then suddenly there is this big explosion of white powder all around me, and the fire's out. Turns out my sister had seen what happened, fetched the fire extinguisher, and ended the show. Navigating without turn-by-turn directions. I have zero sense of direction and the US highway system simply doesn't make sense to my brain. I feel like an alien sometimes. I'd like to think of myself as reasonably intelligent, but I feel like a complete moron when it comes to directions. People will start telling me how to get somewhere and they might as well be speaking Swahili. Public speaking, think D from Always Sunny. Speaking in general. Socializing. I'm so bad at it. I work in a small retail business and am around people all day. If it's a business setting, I'm good to go. But just in life in general? Nope, so bad. Now, if you come up to me first and start the conversation, especially about something I'm interested in, I can talk to you all day. But don't expect me to make the first move. People think I'm stuck up sometimes. I'm not, I'm just kinda shy, introverted, and quiet. Posts on Reddit. I'll just stick to comments, thanks. If it makes you feel better, we can pretend this is a post. Retail. I lack whatever gene it is that allows you to be screamed at and held accountable for shit you have less than zero control over. Co-workers just shrug and say don't take it personally. Like take it personally as a button you have to press. If someone is in my face calling me an idiot, or worse, because something rung up a different price than they thought it should, take it personally is my only setting. Used to work in a call center. We were allowed to hang up on them if they started swearing. I dealt with it by using passive aggression, and actually miss it sometimes. Criticism. I'm entirely too sensitive and basically cry at the slightest hint of failure. Me too. As a dude, it sucks to know I'm about to cry in front of my boss. Work. I hate every work I ever did and I doubt that will ever change. I don't hate every day I go to work. I don't hate every hour. I hate every conceivable moment of paid labor. Being a doctor. Nope, fuck that gross body stuff. Agreed, all medical personnel, with a special shout out to nurses. Thank you all for what you do. I am truly glad that people out there choose to be in the med field, but I find it baffling. There isn't enough money in the world to get me to touch a stranger on a daily basis, and then have to deal with their gross body stuff? Nope, nope, nope. Work. At first I thought this particular job sucks. Then I got a much better job. Surprise, surprise, I still hated it. There are a few problems. 1. Working 8 hours a day with 2-day weekend is a fucking torture. I mean, how? First of all, you can't stay focused 8 hours every day, so it's guaranteed that you'll spend at least 2 slacking off. You're wasting both your employer's and your own time. Second, 2-day weekend is simply too little. Third, you have absolutely no push to be efficient whatsoever. Whether you finish the task in 1, 2, 6 or 20 hours, you're going home at 5, because there's another task waiting for you. 2. Most of the jobs, even those creative ones, are very mundane. You're not going to learn stuff, at least not at the speed you do in college. I just fucking love learning, but I'm not smart and passionate enough to do PhD. 3. How important it is to play the high school clique game. Want to get promoted? Be friends with the manager. Want not to get fired? Be friends with people who rate you. As I've always been a bit different, it's my worst nightmare becoming real. Speaking in front of an audience, Having kids or cooking? Cooking in front of an audience of kids? Waitressing, don't know the neutral word for it. I admire how they can remember all the fancy orders and tables. Life, honestly. I haven't been cut out for life ever since I was 9, and I don't think I've ever been able to grow up past 12 years old. I'm 22. I hate being an adult. I hate working every day. I hate not being able to sit at home and watch cartoons with my cat and play video games all day. Damn it, I wish I didn't have so many responsibilities. Traditional life. I get massively depressed anytime I'm in a relationship or in a career job. I recently realized and made peace with the fact that I have no desire to own a home or have children. I used to think that I want to travel and make films, but this realization helped me understand that it's what I need to do. Can't touch my toes. Never been able to. Not even fat. I just suck at it. It takes practice. If you did a couple stretches a few times a day for a few months, I bet you'd find yourself able to or much closer. Having kids. I'm a woman and I don't want kids. That's hard for some people to wrap their heads around. I just don't want them. I'm not cut out for it. I realize that I may be all about me sometimes, but at least I realize it. I don't want to take care of another human. I never got that motherly gene.